Please keep your ears available for the rapping styles of
We got it down.
Woo, I'm so high.
Be black and dark and still beautiful.
Bleach my skin.
My family need to come up, cause we famous, so we
Donald Trump refers to as shithole country.
Fellas in books of obituary, you should be worried.
Another life claimed by the police? No.
My cousin's gay and my uncle's a pedophile, but guess which one brings the family more shame?
It gotta stop, cause I damn near scream in public.
You ever sink your head under that bathtub water, hold your breath in.
And you can keep your pennies, cause my thoughts are priceless.
When I say CC, you say P. CC. CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the. Mike. Drop the. Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love. Poetry. I love. Poetry. Give it up for Drop the Mic. Let's get it started.
This is season 5.
This is season 5.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
I'm ferocious yet braggadocious about my pineal focus and my evolving the vultures. I would televise track meets and power plants to show my shockers in motion.
You was just like hitting every line back to back to back. Like you came to play. I see you.
My daughter is gone, but thank the Lord she is not dead.
I was really impressed with how far you went.
What it's like to disrespect niece's doppelganger. Sister stand in to be confident in slander and then turn around grandstand talking about, oh, but I love women.
I enjoyed the storytelling quality of this poem.
He's sitting in a chair, watching you as you imagine whole worlds and take over whole kingdoms in the midst of your living room floor.
And the ending was strong too, so it was like a, but yeah.
You may see me as a poet, but I'm more like a seamstress. As I weave these words together, I'm hoping you'll be impressed by my ability to dress and undress you with these threads that I pull from my soul.
I'm all right, I'm feeling that.
That great granny waited for you to come home. Your hoodie was never red until he nailed you to the bed as if it was your cross.
You kind of laid it out there like I may not be prepared, but you went right into it. You went ham. I like that.
And Pop, I ain't forget the question that you asked. That same question asked the future president past. Maybe the answer's confiscated, placed in the Vatican stash. I don't know.
I'm gonna take a knee and raise my fist to that one.
I be so black, charcoal looks gray next to me. I lay down in the street and disappear. I've been the hide and seek champion for 5 years. I am my shadow.
Yo, I mean, this is Drop the Mic, but you took the stage.
Every year Philly Auto Show tease the candy dreams of stunting. So that shit, it gotta stop, cause I damn near scream in public.
You were off the charts in terms of your presentation and your production. You know, the language was colorful.
Magic, miracles, manipulating energies, pastors, priests, angels.
What else could you say? It's Ill's Will.
So I'm gonna tease you a little bit. How come you the only one that have to come out when you get introduced? Right. You know, you come out like it's a big welcome for you. and I appreciate that, and I like that, and I like your energy.
I need y'all to show some appreciation to these poets. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. When I say CC, you say P. CC? CC? When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the? Drop the? When I say I love, you say poetry. I love. I love. Give it up for yourselves. Yes, please keep that energy up for our poets. Welcome to the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic. We're so proud of that. My name is Dr. Michelle Myers. I'm an associate professor here at Community College of Philadelphia, and I'm your host for this afternoon. So we're really happy that our judge, Alicia Dantzler, will do a poem. Please give it up for Alicia.
So I don't sleep good, y'all. I be up just drawing, and I be having stuff that I need to do. And then I was up one day, and this poem happened, and I just finished it, so. It's called I Stay Woke. I have nightmares of my dreams becoming nothing more than a terror on Elm Street. Shredded by my hands in these instances, I am the boogie woman, popping in and out of reality in sweats and sometimes in tears. See, I'm afraid that I'll go from beauty sipping on my tea to beast shattering glass in a heartbeat, and I'm a savage. With Stockholm Syndrome, captive by my sleep, I'm in love with dreaming. I often find myself running away and hiding in my subconscious, footsteps pacing in my mind, heartbeat racing in my chest. I wake up, lonely, scared, and vexed. I once was an insomniac. Vamping to get away from the cloudy visions that visit me in my slumber, I've never been afraid of the dark. But see, 5 years young, I used to cry myself to sleep. Sleep in sadness, it was only because I was alone and my brother used to cradle me. He's no longer here, but see, these times, right now, I think about him. Sometimes he dropped in my dreams and easily become silent screams. And pillows engulfed in tears, see, I wake and remember that I never got to say goodbye to you. Never truly mourned you. I wonder why resting taunts me. See, in these moments, these dreams become nightmares that haunt me on Elm Street, and I listen to Meek as I stay woke.
Stay woke. Yes, so thank you. Thank you.
So I did this poem, Poetic Justice, way before Kendrick Lamar was even a thing. But Poetic Justice really was. It has nothing to do with the song or the movie. This is just my Poetic Justice. This is Poetic Justice, and I'm the judge and the jury. And with the pen, I will never acquit. I'm writing my lifetime sentence. Give me a ticket, because if this was traffic court, I would constantly be fined and my flow won't be confined, according to the First Amendment. I'm free to say what I please, and at times I may choose to plead the Fifth, because I don't do this to please anyone else but me, myself, and that's who I represent. I offend so much it seems I need to defend, but I can justify every line, every rhyme, and every verse. And if you feel me in this courtroom, it's cool, because I tend to go so deep. I put my hand to the Bible and I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth. My truth, that is. And once again, I say I may offend, and I overrule every objection in my judicial system. No tolerance or leniency I have for thieves, the worst crime for me, because if you steal a line, a verse, or a bar, your least words will be suffering behind bars. No stenographer is needed as I type in the bed these words into your head. See, I don't even need a courtroom sketch artist. I'll create visual pictures with the words that I speak in. Here's my judgment with such conviction. Just try to convict me. This is my poetic justice, and I'm pleading guilty, not to reduce, but to serve my lifetime sentence. So just throw the book at me. Thank you. One.
So actually, I just got a special request by one of our camera crew to share a poem. Do you want to hear a poem from one of our camera crew? Please give it up for Sheldon. Give it up for Sheldon.
So the piece that I have to share is called Blue Helmets. It was written about 20 odd years ago, and it was inspired by a news report during the war in the Balkans. Thought they would be safe, felt somehow the war would end. Prayed the day would come, could go out to play again. Now they're living hand to mouth, seeking survival in the valley, scared to search for food, risking their lives down Sniper's Alley. Civilians pray for peace. Those at the top clamor for war. Negotiations cease. Another round has come to naught. Teenage soldiers on the front line, fighting a battle they don't understand. Television networks file another update of innocent blood irrigating the land. How much longer must the children cry, helplessly watching while their parents die, dodging shrapnel, finding no warmth in their homes? Your collective security will never reign, for too many ceasefires go down the drain. World leaders are guilty, and for their crimes they can never atone. Blue helmets, don't walk away from me. Blue helmets, we need you desperately. Blue helmets, please won't you hear our cry? Blue helmets, don't leave us here to die.
Give it up for Sheldon. That's so awesome.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And this is season 5 of Drop the Mic.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic. Season 5, Drop the Mic.
And I'm gonna stay with the crown.
And I'm completely humbled to be here.
And the air conditioner is on frigid.
Congratulations, we made it this far.
And we going for the Emmy this time.
Word.
But coming to the mic now, we have our feature poet. Cathy Villefan is an award-winning writer and spoken word poet. As a founding member of the group Yellow Rage, with me in our group Yellow Rage, she was one of the first Asian American females to appear on HBO's Deaf Poetry Jam, all because of Danny Simmons, okay? Through her work, she provides an awareness not often heard, drawing from personal narrative. Throughout her artistic career, Cathy has been a 2012 Creative Capital finalist, a 4-time Leeway Foundation honoree, and was most recently named a 2016 Woman Nonprofit Leader by Philadelphia City Council. She is a co-founding chair of the Lao American Writers Summit and was appointed to the Mayor's Commission on Asian American Affairs and recently became a council member of the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts. A child of refugees, Cathy was born in a camp on the way to America and thus considers herself part of the .5 generation. She resides in South Philly with her daughter, Aditi. Please, make some noise, show some love for Cathy Villefan.
I'm really glad I'm not being judged. Yeah. So this poem is dedicated to all my Lao people. Are there any Lao people out here? I am. See, there we go. I'm the loudest. No, not loud. Lao. But we love you anyway. So this poem is about, I guess when you are a refugee and you live in a place not where all your people are, it's kind of hard to find where your people are. So this is a poem about finding your people. It's called SOS in Reverse. It always starts with a song and dance, a friendly chant. Not too much peppers, not too much fish sauce, not too much MSG. Not too much, not yet. Something safe, like a curse word. This is not a cry for help, seeking the attention of a somebody, anybody. Who I'm looking for knows exactly what I'm saying. SOS in reverse. If you find me, I help you. Only we can hold this space. If you don't get it, it's not for you. My calls alert you by how hard I pronounce that S on the end of Laos. Maybe if we're comfortable, I might come out and ask you, Jamahat Ban Laba, how close are you to home? I might even make it official. Ceremony with Sukhon, Basi, Matkan, whatever you call it, it's all the same thing. Sabaidi, wandering soul, who knows how long you've been lost? What village you come from, what tribe you rep? Are you ready to greet me in native dialect? The umbrella called Asian America can't cover all of us. Not when it's about to be New Year's, blessing water spilling everywhere. Our monks make it rain all April, April, April. We run in the same Lamvong circles. While you were fixated on your fawn, I was going to end deep on the yawn. Everybody in the band is our uncle, so I guess we fam now. We'll force drink the shots, brown and strong like the men who brought us up. Hennessy, Johnny Walker, or like when your half-brother from your dad's side makes that La Bonya that tastes like bootleg jungle medicine, and there we'll drunk confess. How many peppers belong in a proper tamakong? Do you say doi or saikok or saioa? Which refugee camp do you claim? Oh, a church sponsored you? We are aided by Jews. Trump supporter? Black Lives Matter? Me too. Which flag do you use? The three-headed elephant or the red, white, and blue? In this moment, which could go either way, I only care that you are aware and I am alive. Only we can hold this space. SOS in reverse. If you don't get it, it's okay. It's not for you. We break silence with laughter. The way outsiders can't say our names right, they don't have the umamis like our mommies, the way their voices take up spaces like opening a jar of badak. I wish our kids could get excited about Kinali and Yak the way they do with wizards and orcs. Representation matters. I'm Team Wakanda forever too, but can I get a palak palam? And I explain, even if you don't listen, why I sometimes use the word Laotian, because I know I am Lao and you're Khmu and she's Tai Dang and she's Tai Dam and he is Hmong, but inside our homes we know that place once called Lansang. Cambodians from the same block, Vietnamese from the same boat, I'll save a spot on the slot for you too. SOS in reverse. Only we can hold this space. If you don't get it, it's okay. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe on Facebook. Maybe on Saturday if you tak day. Maybe on Sunday if you tak bat. Oh, by the way, mom says mother, dad says set, ba says bato, and lung says satu. Only we can hold this space. When we finally get to hold this place just for us, as long as you hold out your hand for me, I will have a white thread to wrap around your wrist. It would be a celebration, a blessing for a special occasion. Is there nothing more sacred than when refugees find home in each other? Thank you.
Give it up for Kathy Villefon, my poetry partner, my sister in poetry.
Yes, so this is season 5.
This is season 5.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And we are 3 Emmy nominations deep.
We coming for the Emmy.
We going for the 4th one.
Bro, it was real hard to get this far. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just really honored to be able to introduce our featured poet for this afternoon. I was saying to David earlier that this Halloween will be 10 years since myself and actually a couple of the poets who are on stage saw him perform live for the first time in Baltimore. And we were all blown away by him, and we had him here the very next year to perform. And this is probably his 3rd time here at Community College of Philadelphia, and we're blessed every time that he comes. He's appeared on BET's Lyric Cafe. He's performed at hundreds of colleges all over the country. He works at the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center, where he works with victims of gun violence. And he does a lot of work in the community around violence prevention, and many of his poems are on permanent display at the Reginald Lewis Museum in Baltimore. Please put your hands together, show some love for David Ross.
A young boy wears a bullet on a chain around his neck. With each step, it beats against his chest. Right foot, left, right foot, left. The bullet pretending to penetrate his flesh. With every step comes the invitation to death. So tempted to snatch his young, sweet breath, so young, so fresh, so naive. To him, life is still make-believe. He dons his chain as a badge of honor to show how brave he is against this wicked world, proving how tough he can be. But what he fails to see is that you don't play games with her, because death is into long-term relationships and he's too young to be making commitments. It was written, yet he continues to chase the forbidden, taking his bite out of the rotten fruit that has already been bitten many, many times before him. But see, this is why death adores him. His own family, community ignores him. And what breaks my heart is the fact that we all play a part in his young, impressionable life. We close our eyes and ears and pretend we can't hear his cries for help. We say, that's not my child, every man's for himself. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I got my own kids to worry about. Let that menace be somebody else's problem. But yo, he is our problem. This little boy is wearing a bullet on a chain. He's got murder on the brain, flesh filled with pain, about to sign his little life over to death. And you, us, we don't care enough. This is a walking time bomb, and you're calling him bluff. Wake up. Right foot, left. Right foot, left. Last night, an 8-year-old boy took a bullet to the chest because his friend 10 shot him over some Pokemon cards, and a girl named Karen, 11, and not one but 3 young lives destroyed, vanquished. The result, pain and anguish and baffled looks on adult faces like, oh no, and why and how, but it's too late now. All the while, businesses still send out publications as well as radio stations for peace and unity and stop the violence rallies to amp up their publicity ratings naturally. All the while, the murder rate continues to tally. I don't know. Ask O'Malley, Scott Parker Brothers beats, playing deadly cop games on your street. You got these R&B stars and these rap artists endorsing poison for free, endorsing expensive clothes for free, endorsing Glocks and Techs, 9s, Millie Max, alcohol, promiscuous sex, what seems to be at no fee, but there is a price, and that price is your baby's life. It's sad to say, but today our young people can't even outlive mice. Well, I guess not. If they determine their self-worth by the retail of cars, clothes, and jewelry, right? A little boy is wearing a bullet on a chain. A little boy is wearing a bullet on a platinum chain. Death is coming around the corner like a runaway train, and this kid is strapped to the tracks. As we turn our backs, inside he's yelling for help while we only think of ourselves. It's just not fair. Will you help save him, or will you help keep him there? Right foot, left, right foot, breath. This bullet is hungry for his young, sweet flesh. God bless. Will you save him? Will you save him? Or will you deliver him to death? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I never seen a man love a woman the way that my father loved my mother. I want to learn to love like that. He swept a single mom and her 2 babies off the ground out of the shadows of hopelessness. And as a little boy, all I could think was, God, his arms are strong. He struggled, but he made it known that his commitment was lifelong, because little boys need that from their dads. I'm glad he understood that it ain't easy to get a young boy that ain't yours to love you back. But he stayed right there. He never relapsed. And man, I want to thank you for that. I want to learn how to love like how I never seen a woman love her pumpkins for what they are. No spun gold, she embraced her straw and loved it, because it's worth more to her than glass slippers and a horse-drawn carriage. Their fairy tale came true with the broke-down 4-door Ford automatic. Baby, it ain't much I can afford, but trust me, there's gold in our marriage. I want to learn to love like that. When she was in school, he held her down. When he was down, she held him up in high esteem. May not meet society standards, but he is her king still, his queen, keeping food and cash in a castle. Baby, I got you till we get back on our feet, no nagging, no hassle, because together we're going to fight this battle. I want to learn to love like that. Nah, never did she ever have a bunch of chickens clucking in the front yard all in her business. Busy beats curled down, squawking about what men is and what men ain't. She kept it quaint. This is the real deal, for real, no pretty picture here I'm trying to paint. Believe me, it ain't, because life ain't perfect. We've seen some hard times, and those hard times hurt it, but we weathered them together. When there was no food in the fridge, yeah, there were nights they went hungry, but they fed their kids, who were just happy to live, unknowing, unbeknownst, unpaid bills, rent due, and lights off still, and the house love poured every ounce. I want to learn to love like that, to love without regrets, to love without holding back, to love regardless despite the setback. Hey, you want to know what love is? Don't watch reality TV. Read reality weaved in the brilliant fabric of this couple's life work. Durable and double-threaded wound with 20 years worth of patchwork, and it was still sewing, still going, still growing together. I tell you, I want to learn to love like that. Never have I seen a couple love like this. So strong for so long, I'm a lucky one. To be a real-life Cosby kid. To have my own Cliff and Claire right there every day, supporting and pushing me all the way. I tell you, what I say is true. 20 years. Never seen them argue. All he did was play. It's like I'm lying. They got into it every now and then. But hey, they still kissed at the end of the day. Bedroom door closed at night. My sister and I, we knew everything was all right. I want to learn to love like that. The only hand I ever seen him lay to her when he was washing her back, rubbing her feet, helping her aching body get in the passenger seat. And the only put down she ever laid on him was a layaway receipt. I tell you, I want to learn mom. I want to learn dad. I want to learn how to love like that. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for David Ross.
Welcome to season 5 of Drop the Mic, where art imitates life.
You don't like the way that your life is designed? Drop the mic, change your actions, or change your mind.
Come see the stars shine bright on season 5 of Drop the Mic.
I won't act, just be me. On the 1, 2 to the 3. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
I am just so proud to be able to introduce Ebony Ferguson, who is the author of Urban Chronicles of the Ghetto, written to breathe life into the realities of urban society. Dedicated to her cousin, Shahid Zaire Jackson David, a young Philadelphia male who fell victim to the senseless violence all too familiar to inner city residents. It explores the inner voice of the impoverished youth, revealing their concerns about violence, murder, education, poverty, and promiscuity. She is also the creator of Flow With It, an open mic that has featured some amazing poetry artists such as Black Ice. She was a finalist on 3 seasons of CCP TV's Emmy-nominated spoken word poetry competition TV show, Drop the Mic. Yes. And she is currently working on her new book, Eve's Cloth, which will also be adapted into a play as well as 3 short films. I'm so proud and happy that she is here with us today. She's also a CCP grad. Can we please show some love for being a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia? I'm so proud to bring her to the stage. Please show your love, make lots of noise for Ebony Ferguson.
The first poem I'm going to do is going to be a love poem. And as a Black woman, I feel bad when I do love poems, especially with everything going on in office right now with Trump. It's like I don't want to talk about anything else. But there's still room for love. October 17th, I will be married to my husband for 9 years. So I'm going to dedicate this to him. He said, his energy for me is so strong, he felt it coming through the phone. I said, it's so strong it drips from me. It surrounds the world and makes oceans and seas. It gives off oxygen to nurture the plants and the trees. See, naturally, he makes me Mother Nature. He gives me womanly instincts. Since the day I met this man, I've been about world peace. He gives me tranquility, love, and harmony. I have enough love that it could spread around the universe. He makes me appreciate the little things in life, like the beauty and the color of a brown bird, the same color of his eyes, or the calmness I find in the rain, the same comfort of his hugs, or the way the world goes around and around, same way my love circles him. He brings out a special part in me, a part of me that's patient, true, dedicated, a part of me that ain't never been touched, y'all. A part of me that ain't never been seen, see. She's a stranger to me, but not to him. She spins with happiness and joy when he's around, giving off a cool breeze to the world on a hot day. The world is one when he's in my life. And when I cry, don't worry, it's just tears of happiness that cleanse me as well as the world. When he really makes me happy, I plant beautiful, colorful flowers around me to give the world a burst of energy. I shouldn't tell him this, y'all, because he knows enough. As a matter of fact, he knows way too much. See, he's in touch with me. So just imagine how it feels when he touches me. That's when I light up the sky so bright, giving loud noises of thunder that echoes throughout the world, y'all. This is what he does to me. He makes me Mother Nature. But even more than that, y'all, he just makes me me. This next poem I'm going to read is a domestic violence piece. And when I first wrote it, it was also a response to 50 Shades of Grey. And so my teacher told me that the movie was just written really badly, and that's not what it was supposed to be about. So now it's just a domestic violence poem, and I am a domestic violence survivor. White rose petals, drenched in blood, I give to you as a gift. Artifacts of our past reminds me of the coffin at night I lie in. Why lie to win? A fictitious dream I sell myself. Cuts, self-mutilation I offer you, ripping apart my own skin for you to indulge in. My body is an instrument, and I play it for you like a violin. Sounds of horror, and it's my body, my skin. Attraction is not always infatuation, but I'm stuck conning myself to believe it is. This is a dirty game of deceit that has defeated my mind. My mental state is that of a child. Too many adults telling children if a boy likes you, he pulls your hair and calls you ugly. Well, I guess you love me. Inflicted pain, my name is a constant reminder of you. The thieves' tower you put me in every night. Why? I have nothing left to give to you. But you say your torture chamber is my delight, sadistic words you hang me with. I know you enjoy the view of my dangling body hanging over you. You call me the weakest sex. Then why do you like to see me at my weakest? My body has become fragile and frail, and I am an empty hole that you hide in. Out of my breast, you suck everything I have left. What else could I do for you? A perfect bride, I wore all white and saved myself to be pure for you. A man who has soiled me with his hands. You were supposed to love me like Christ loved the church. Christ never abused the church. Today I take back my power. The same power you fear. I am chosen, birthing babies out of my uterus. I am chosen. Even if I never birth a child, I'll still breathe life to the air. I shall no longer be your slut, your whore, who you will abuse mentally. I have emerged from the concrete you mix for me. You shall not have my sanity. It belongs to me. This piece is sort of about racism, but more about colorism and shadeism, and just like all the struggles that I had to go through being dark. And I wanted to write something for my daughter so she could be prepared for the things that she would have to go through, even though she didn't come out as dark as I thought she was. So at the end, I change it over and talk about lighter skin too, because you never know, as Black people, you don't know what's going to happen. Our children could come out looking any color. To all my Black daughters, I want to teach you that you are the complexion of envy, gold and black to go with your golden history. I want to prepare you for hateful conversations and tell you to wrap your hair so everyone knows you're African goddess, you're beautiful, like Egyptian skies at night, like a tan Indian woman, like Snickers, Milky Ways, and Kit Kat bars, the color of pure things untainted. The taste of a sweet dark wine, but you don't age. I want to show you how to wear your dark skin like designer clothes. Your complexion is expensive in the sun. The sun is the golden elixir to keep you shining like night stars. And if anyone ever tells you anything different, I'm going to sit you at the table and I'm going to teach you how to write bars. I'm going to tell you how the world don't want us to be famous because we be the only shining stars. The darkness of our skin may just dim their lights. No one wants to admit how my black skin is so bright. I'll give you lines so you can be prepared for the ignorant comments they will say about your beauty. She's pretty for a black girl, or she's pretty for a dark girl. You will be an even darker version of Rudy. And to camouflage you from the hate, I'm gonna buy you black rubies. See, colored people are beautiful like rainbows, and the color of our children no one may ever know. But no matter what your color is, never be upset though. Be sure to rock your skin proud and wear a fro. Light shades of dark skin, I'm in love with everything about you. If I had to change you, I would keep you the same. You're the complexion of sugar daddies, caramelized candy, the rise of the sunset, and you glimmer like golden nuggets. All shades of black have a story, and if we were the same, it would bore me. It's beautiful how we're diverse like different countries. You shine like a bright orange sun. Your shade of black is not better than mine, and my shade of black is not better than yours. You're beautiful like palm trees, black sand, and blue seas. Thank you.
Yes, so
this is season 5.
This is season 5.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And we are 3 Emmy nominations deep.
We'll be coming for the Emmy.
We going for the 4th one.
Bro, it was real hard to get this far. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just really excited to be able to introduce our featured poet for our final showcase. He is someone who has personally been an inspiration to me as a poet. The work that he does in the community especially working with youth and violence prevention, is something that I really, really admire, along with the message of his poetry. For so many of the poets that are on stage for us today, he has also been a tremendous inspiration. For many of us, we have been following his work for over a decade. And so we're really excited to have him here. Also going by the stage name Native Son, please put your hands together for David Ross.
Greetings, everyone. Shout out to all the poets on stage up here. It's an honor to be up here with you all. Y'all are too kind. Thank you. A person, a human, a woman, not a cell, a mother, a wife, a sister, not a cell, not an acronym, or a sample, or a test, or a subject. She's a matriarch of science, advancement, civilization, continuity of life and genetic coding, breakthroughs and bloodlines, healing powers originates in her DNA. Henrietta lacks nothing, embodies everything, bearing burdens since 1960, bearing burdens since 1920, still bridging gaps and leading the world through ingenuity through this millennium. And in 2018, changing my life. Today, we cross paths like twisted fingers from Clover for good luck. She will not be forgotten. She represents all the Henriettas, Lorettas, and Larsons, Lanes and Larsons, Laverne LaWalls, his mama, Jacqueline Sorrells, my mama, Miss Johnson, Miss Thompson, Miss Taylor, Miss Walker, Ann Jackson, Ann Jones, from Laxtown to Lake Shore, city to suburb, and print or blurb, unmarked gravestones engraved in our hearts when it hits home, like living in Baltimore, where Jesus is a marble statue, standing like a bookmark in a segregated city, arms spread wide, symbolizing the divide. A miracle happens when you least expect it, delivered from whom you least expected, one who didn't plan on it, go to school for it, or simply couldn't afford it. Euphoric when you think about the power of God, the ability he gives man. Can't understand how every day we casually ignore some of the most important people in the world because we decide they're insignificant. Like a ninth grader in Douglas High with low attendance and failing grades, half a parent, half a chance, and zero tolerance as he tries to cope with flourishing malls and universities being built right on top of him, buried with a backpack packed full of hatred and pain for ammunition and significance. Is a multi-million-dollar industry, a medical revolution that wouldn't even exist without Deborah's mother, Sonny's mother, Lawrence, Zachariah, and Elsie's mother. Who but God could fathom you'd be even more powerful outside of the confines of this planet? Who would ever thought the meaning of mother begins with cell structure? We take it for granted. Generations to come must comprehend the value of what it means to live forever. Immortality comes from character, not a mutant gene or determined by prognosis. I thought museums were for the dead. I thought I was too young to be a relic, and yet markings of my thoughts are engraved upon the infrastructure of Baltimorean landscapes. My voice archived on invisible digital audio material. My mother stared at me with love so hard, left the image of her face impressed upon mine, causing those who knew her to stop and say to me, "Hey, you Jackie's boy, ain't you?" And now I look in the mirror and I see her every day and I ask myself, what will they remember when I'm gone? My birth date or my death date? Milestones and my mistakes. The way I lived will determine how you celebrate me, like Martin King or Chris Wallace. Both optimists, orators, orchestrators, wielding dialects that drew haters, say the one spoke life, the other death. Now breathe. Breath is the hidden hand of the two-edged sword. Believe that indeed. These vocal cords are sharp, see. Anything fake will fall flat, B. In the beginning was the word, and in the end a book with record of every word you ever spoke. Now that's that, G. Now peep how deep that is. How a soul decision can spark a soul's division. Imagine that. Butterfly effect. Spoken word softly spooling through the cracks in the air. Now check how butterflies connect. A butterfly once fluttered by and asked, what was you born for? To be tattered and torn more? Was it a poem that gave you a name, or was it you who people are drawn to rather than some words you arranged? Strange how a lifetime legacy of good deeds can change, be tarnished by one incident, lack of discipline, given into your lower conscience, the venom in human nature, the act upon it is the carnage. We harness power and responsibility. That's what makes us amazing, man. But oh, what a tangle web we weave once you become prisoner to what you achieve. What was you born for? When no one came to the baby shower. Instead, they all send your mother dead flowers. Tie balloons at your funeral and dance all day to songs you hated in your cubicle. Why live a life so ugly when you were made so beautiful? What was you born for? I wonder, what would they celebrate for me? My birthday or the day of my death? The depth of my heart or the weight of my breath? Will my children rejoice at my wake or be overwhelmed with grief at my rest? If I die, if you should decide to celebrate me, I hope you remember my birthday for the good man I tried to be.
So this is one of my few celebratory poems. It's called Ancestor Worship. And I wrote this poem to celebrate my Korean ancestors. And when I celebrate my ancestors, I also celebrate yours. Okay, so this is Ancestor Worship. Okay. I am lifetime's infinite billion strong. I learned this song from the ancestral throng who within me dance the double helix. Feel this, the whip genetic hurricanes in my veins gain perpetuity like a pair of cranes. Korean symbol of longevity, their bodies and spirits don't weigh heavy on me. I am who I am because of men like Yun Chun-hee, grandfather, one in a billion ancestor, who lived to prepare my destiny or my harmony. Shinde Sun, I don't need a reason. It's always a celebrate your ancestors season. Season me Korean, nothing else I'd rather be in this lifetime. It's my time to shine and pave the way for generations next to join me in pride expressed for this mind, this body, this spirit fed X from blood to blood, a billion-gallon flow and fam to fam that span eternal through my Korean maternal line. I need to find my space, define my face in this ancestral embrace that is skin tight, but my skin fits me just right. And like a person who's lost their sight, I search the contours of my face for a trace of this or that ancestor who's melded into my skin forever. They're all there, my ancestral throng, for I am, we are, lifetimes infinite and billion strong. Thank you. Give it up for Alicia.
I am still in love with my city. Despite it not giving love brotherly, sometimes standing at the center parking love, it shines in darkness, yes. I'm still very much in love with you. Even though you've dealt me many causes of pain, family members left slain in street school systems in shambles, and politicians with chips on their shoulder bluffing, as if this place is a gamble. Sometimes you could be so cold, shouldered, hard to lean on you, yet when glazed in ice, I keep falling for you. Because you ignite heated nights with passion. And I see so much beauty in your horizon, my home, the place that I reside in, even though not quite safe. I can still rest, nestled up and harm-free, dodging bullets with each gunshot outside my window that alarms me. I still wake to you, my city, drugged in brotherly hate code, Cain and able to show these streets how sweet junkies are. On the whites, pigs targeting our mailmen, not delivering the message that I knew as kids that we are pals. Now all you hear is they gun, go pow, and the sport they play is stop and frisk. Resist and run the risk of becoming Askia or learning that there's no liberty in that bell. Just ask Sean. No longer able to reside in the heart of you, but your womb birthed me in a room and temple. So in my heart and in my mind, I still will worship and remember you. Standing at the city hall, Ben's time watches, it's all 95, 76, see so many come, see so many go, yet I remain. Though I must leave you, I will always find home in your name, Philly. I love you. Thank you.
Give it up for Alicia, our judge.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And this is season 5 of Drop the Mic.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
Season 5, Drop the Mic.
And I'm gonna stay with the crown.
And I'm completely humbled to be here.
and the air conditioner is on frigid.
Congratulations, we made it this far.
And we going for the Emmy this time.
Word.
Okay, so Katsy and I were a part of Def Poetry Jam, and we were
When we were young.
When we were young, we've been. You guys, some of you know this because you're my students, and you know this. You know this. But Katsy and I were on the first season of HBO's Def Poetry Jam, which was 18 years ago. So it's 18 years ago. Can you believe that, Danny? 18 years ago. But you know, before there was the HBO show, Def Poetry Jam actually existed for almost a year before that. Okay, and so Katsy and I were part of an original group of Def poets that performed at the HBO U.S. Comedy Arts Festival in Aspen, Colorado, which was the pilot show for the HBO show. And you know, and also a lot of people don't know that one of the original producers of Def Poetry Jam is Danny Simmons. And so, yes, please give it up for Danny Simmons. So, you know, we met Danny. We were at the time that we started, we were just 3 Asian American women. We started off as a 3-member group. We were just 3 Asian American women who were doing poetry for fun. And we auditioned here in Philadelphia. And so we met one of the other producers of Def Poetry Jam at that time was Deb Pointer. So we had met Deb Pointer and then Bruce George also. And so we, you know, placed in the Philly competition. And then after that, we were invited to go up to New York, and we met Danny. And then we were chosen to be one of 5 poets that actually went out to Aspen, Colorado. So we thank Danny so much for choosing us, for taking a chance. And so when we actually first met Danny and we were chosen to go to Aspen to perform, we only had 1 poem.
We had 1 poem to our name.
Yes. And so we wrote this poem that we're about to perform just so that we could go to Aspen because we only had 1 piece. So this poem is the one that actually made it to the first season of Def Poetry Jam. This is called Listen Asshole, and Katz is going to set us up for the poem.
So yeah, in the live performance, there is audience participation, so you guys get to be part of the poem. And so I divide the audience into 3 sections, and it's usually just left, middle, right. If you guys that are like in the boundaries, just decide where you want to be. So people on my left, you're going to repeat after me. What are you?
We need to hear you.
Remember, the name of this poem is Listen Asshole. So you're going to have to bring your inner asshole and ask that question. What are you? There you go. People in the middle. What are you saying? People on the right. Are you going to tell me? All right, I think we got it. Listen, asshole. My words were meant to be mentioned in a meticulous and ruthless manner, yet you're mispronouncing manhandling, not fucked it all up by meanings, misuse, miscommunication, misconstrued, misinterpreted, mismake, motherfucker, that makes me mad.
Listen, asshole, stop trying to guess what I am. Stop trying to tell me what I'm not. I was born in Seoul, which makes me Korean. These slightly slanted eyes ain't just for seeing. Bitch, I see right through you. You expert on me with your
fake Asian tattoo.
You expert on me with your
Taibo and Kung Fu.
So what, you tried dim sum and then some on the menu.
So what, you a fan of Lucy Liu.
So what, you read the Joy Luck Club too. That makes you an expert on how I should look. Fuck you, what the fuck do you know about being Asian? I'm about to put you in your place, son. What do you know about napalm and Saigon? About Hiroshima and Nagasaki? About Gandhi? What do you know about demilitarized zones and no gunnery? About My Lai and the military? What do you know about the killing fields and signs that wield?
No Chinese or dogs allowed.
What do you know about curfew mitigation, girls? About colonization all over the Asian world?
What do you know about the Great Wall?
I can school you on each and all, motherfucker. I'm about to get raw. What do you know about revolution? About Ho Chi Minh and Mao Zedong? I know it was Gil Scott-Rodder said the revolution will not be televised, so my membership in the revolution will not be based on slanted on my eyes on the prize. Fight with all my might against motherfuckers who think I'm a white girl. Watch my figure unfurl. You picked the wrong Asian woman to mess with because my tongue is split, it is forked and steel tipped, and it will puncture and bleed you. And if you don't know, now you know, asshole.
Listen, don't ask me what I'm saying in my native tongue. You want to know so badly, go learn it yourself. 20 years it took me to perfect the language my mother's and her mother spoke. 20 seconds it took you, the nerd, to ask what my sister and I spoke about. If I said I wasn't talking to you, why don't you stop bothering me all up in my business? How dare you step to me, invade my privacy, waste my time, and ask if I'm able to relay you the content of my conversation? What nonsense is this?
Do I look like your private translator?
Nosy motherfucker. You probably thought dialogue centered around you, and you just wanted to make sure. Is that because you're paranoid and insecure, or just jealous because my tongue's got more skills than yours? Oh, so you want to learn how to say I love you and hello? Why you need to know? You think of me as some Asian hoe ready to turn around at your calls of,
hey baby, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요.
Or,
ni hao ma, I love you, China doll.
Please, your bullshit doesn't impress me at all because my words were meant to be mentioned in a meticulous and mellifluous manner, yet you're mispronouncing man-hailing mouth. Fucks it all up. My meaning's misused for miscommunication, misconstrued to a misinterpreted, misspoken, mistake motherfucker that makes me mad. So you better have listened, asshole, and listen well. Don't talk to me anymore, don't fuck with me anymore, because I am done talking to you.
Yes, so
This is season 5.
This is season 5.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And we are 3 Emmy nominations deep.
We coming for the Emmy.
We going for the 4th one.
bro, it was real hard to get this far. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Please put your hands together one more time for Ebony Ferguson.
Hi, everybody. This piece right here, you guys gotta bear with me. I'm actually reading a piece that's incomplete. One of the reasons why it's incomplete is because it's not a popular piece. I feel like I might rub black people the wrong way and then I might rub white people the wrong way. So it's not a piece that I have gotten a lot of help with, but I'm gonna see how it works. So bear with me if I stutter anything, because I literally haven't finished it. And before I do the piece, I just wanted to give you a little bit of history about it. When I was young, I used to do a lot of like feminism marches and stuff like that. And they say there's no part of feminism for the black woman. So people are like, why are you doing this? Like, are you crazy? So this is my response. They say feminism doesn't belong to me, and they're right. Do they think I'm blind to the white women who really could care less about me? They just care about the fact that I'm moving for their movement. They remiss my well-written proposals to work on white America. Or every time I bring up my people, they want to talk about minorities to let me know they have the same problem, as if I have to be ashamed to talk about African Americans, but they could talk about white America daily. Or do they believe when I come to these movements, my ancestors disappear? Do they believe that my skin bleaches out and turns white? It never does. I'm too black for bleach. It wouldn't work for me. Besides, my color is embedded in my soul, pour out amongst a million years, liquefying and replenishing the earth. My color never goes anywhere. I could never put it down. If I could, I would teach our sons to when they get stopped by the police. Even though feminism may not belong to me, the origins of it was not even made with me in mind, I still support the movement. And I hope you don't think it makes me lose my black power, but if you do, farewell. I'm still magical. I'm still anointed. I don't cast spells, but my prayers still reach heaven. My fro still have so many naps it can make a comb fly. I still live through 5 gun drive-bys, and I support a movement that doesn't always support me. Because when I don't, I see a child being violated and me turning a blind eye because her skin tone is lighter than my child's. I see a dead woman, a dead white woman who was most likely murdered by or for her husband, and me not caring because he's black, powerful, and famous. And then him writing a book bragging, if I did it. Did people really not see it coming? I could feel the injustice even though I was a young child. I remember vividly having so many questions from my mother. Mommy, why are we so happy the gloves didn't fit? This story makes no sense. Mommy, something is wrong. Mommy, do you hear all the evidence? Why is there so much joy in the room? This woman just lost her life. Mommy, is this a good day? Because white privilege is getting paid back by the black powerful man who won't even date a black woman, who doesn't even like black culture. Are we sure this isn't just a trick from a man sacrificing a woman to a man who is as cruel as him? Do you not see the foolery? Uncle Tom paying us back in blood like it hasn't been enough bloodshed? Who really want this reparation, mommy? Do you? But if I could talk to feminism, if it was a person, I'd say, you are imperfect in so many ways. You lay down my concerns right in my face, but I'm hoping that we could change and join forces and hold hands because I care about your daughters. Why don't you care about mine?
One more time for Ebony Ferguson. Give it up one more time for all of our poets. Thank you for coming. Have a great afternoon.